Go ahead.
Ask the women why they
Stop. Go ahead.
Right. Ask the women why they should vote, and they start fighting amongst each other. Even if someone has a good opinion, if they can't logically articulate why their opinion holds less value, learn to think.
Men would do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Men will argue too. I mean,
Sure.
that's.
Yeah.
I agree, though. I don't think I've
Do
articulated.
you think women should be drafted?
No. Because I agree with him that men's bodies are like physically superior. Or not superior, but like.
But you think women should be allowed to vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay.
I've done a lot of traveling over the last few years, and I've been to Bali and Thailand. I spent a bit of time there working digital nomad stuff. And there's a lot of Russian and Ukrainian girls over there, like thousands of them everywhere you go. But in Russia and Ukraine, there's probably upwards of 1 million young dudes who have been blown to pieces and died in the war. So we can talk about this in a way that's, just abstract, but it actually really happens in the real world, where these guys get called upon and they have to go to war. So it's not a small deal, and all the chicks, they get to run off to Bali and Thailand. If you actually place the practical reality in front of a girl and be like, you have this risk where you will go and potentially get blown up by artilleries or lose your legs or something like this.
They don't know what artillery is.
Yeah,
do.
you could get blown to smithereens.
But I
guarantee you would give up your vote in a second if it meant that you had to do that.
I don't think anybody should have to do with the draft. We don't have the draft in this country for a reason. Because
we do have a
well,
draft.
it's
We do have
paused.
selective
It's
service.
paused. I know there's been a
Men have to register in this
It's
country
paused
for
because
selective
they don't have
service.
to be drafted
But there is
immediately.
no-
but
there is no
they
current
auto
draft.
sign up.
Well,
There's no draft. There hasn't been a draft.
If there was a
here,
war
and-
tomorrow and the US had to go and fight a hot war, you
Men
would
are
need
drafted.
military
No, there was
troops.
no draft. Like when we had a conflict in Iraq, we did not have a draft.
You didn't need to.
We didn't need to have a draft
We had
because there
war
was
in
enough people
Afghanistan.
You were fighting like sheep herders. You didn't need to.
We also did not do the draft. So,
So?
it's
We
just
have
what I'm
one.
saying.
So?
And it's in place if needed. It's not like,
If
it's
needed.
not jury duty where it's like, this guy needs to go.
There
for a
is
little
enough
bit.
men and
needed.
women who volunteer to put their life on the line that we don't need to utilize a draft. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. You have to sign up for the draft when you are a man and you turn of age.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and there's consequences if you don't. It's technically
welcome.
felony, $250,000 fine. You're barred from certain federal jobs, federal programs. You can't get student aid. There's a whole bunch of ramifications.
I have a question for you real quick.
Go for it.
Some men can't be able to get drafted. I don't know the exact, if they lessen what the requirements are, if it comes to a draft, I'm not sure about that. But I know that there are certain things that, if you're on medication, you follow, like, I have celiac, so I can't eat gluten. I couldn't go to war even if I wanted to because of that. That's a thing. You can look it up.
Really?
Yeah.
People with celiac disease are barred from.
Well, there's a lot of gluten at war, bro. What the hell?
Look it up. If you have a certain food
military.
intolerance.
There are certain
Why don't you guys let Paula answer
Yes,
that
there
question?
are
She
certain
is
things that prohibit you if you have like heart disease, if you have stuff that would affect like your physical and actual like well-being and could cause the death of somebody else because you have a heart attack or have diabetes, stuff like that. Yes, there are medical exceptions to it, but other than medical exceptions,
I did look it
there
up.
isn't
A
a whole lot.
diagnosis of celiac or food allergies is medically disqualifying, largely because the military does not provide gluten-free or allergen-safe MREs.
So that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
exactly.
okay,
someone
so-
doesn't
There are,
go to
med-
war.
there are medical
that's not
exceptions.
the
Yes, some
question.
people can be medically disqualified from.
Well, you say that like
yeah.
it's a blown off, but you were wrong. Number one. Number
I
two, the
wasn't.
question that I had was, do you think men that don't qualify, if they have celiac or they have certain heart
Yeah,
things,
if you're
can they
medically
vote?
disqualified, you're not going to be drafted.
That's what I'm saying. So are
But
they
able-bodied women are not subject at all.
So do the men who are
That's
disqualified from being drafted, can they vote?
That's what I'm asked. That was the question. That's a good question.
I would say that if you're a celiac and you don't want to be drafted, then yeah, you shouldn't vote.
Well, okay. No, it's not a joke. I can't eat gluten, and I can end up in the hospital. It eats my stomach lining. Every 2 years, I have to get a biopsy and
And
a
for
tube
you,
down
I
my
would
throat.
accept that.
I mean,
Although-
but that's a normal thing. Some people can't. Some people have it so severe where they can't even use the same pan. I mean, it's not like just a blown over joke. Like
Yeah.
if you'll starve. If the MREs, it's what it's called. They I assume have gluten in them, right?
Most
Yeah, but
of
the
it
military
does, yeah.
can,
So it's a severe
these are
thing.
the current standards. We're not really involved in like a massive mobilization. So the military could always like, oh, we really need people. We're going to roll this back, and perhaps we don't send them to the front line where they need to be consuming MREs, but they could stay stateside and do some form of military service. where they
Administrative
can-
stuff, whatever. Yeah.
The military needs pencil pushers, like
Yeah.
paper pushers. So.
Look what they're doing. The average age of service at the moment in Ukraine is like 45. They're ripping people off the streets and
Rip.
drafting them left, right, and center. So
Right, but we don't live in
Here's
the
the
UK.
deal. I think that women
Draft women? I
women
100%
do
agree.
give service during
Please,
times
God,
of
no.
war, and if you want to win wars, you're not going to
They
put
do.
women on the front lines anyway.
No, put them on the
You're
front
gonna
line.
like you're gonna put
Soften
them,
up the enemy a little
We're
bit.
gonna be washing the cups. We're gonna be washing the clothes. We're gonna be doing the
Yeah.
so
paper.
the same shit you were doing
Good.
before.
Yeah, exactly. So if that means that's what I'm going to do when I get drafted, okay. If I'm serving my country,
still-
okay.
but you
I
can
mean,
still get
I
blown
don't
up.
have the okay, but I'm willing.
It's a support role.
I love
It's
this
not-
country. It's a support role, and I'd be okay to do it.
So, yeah,
Anyways, let's get back to dating. I'll read this, or actually, I'll have you read this. Go ahead.
Ukraine is an example of why women should not vote. They elected a politician that are terrible at managing the economy, weakening the country so much it became an easy target. The war starts and hundreds of thousands of men are dead, and women are simply left in
Yo,
the country.
Vadim, thank you for the $100 soup chat, man. Really appreciate it. Actually, there's a really good. I'll just say it. So Jake already kind of brought this up, but we've shown this graphic before where you'll see like people who are in other countries will see Ukrainian women on dating apps in these other countries. They've fled Ukraine and they're on Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, they're out at the club partying, whatever. Meanwhile, their male counterparts, their male peers are like dead in some ditch in like eastern Ukraine. So it's like there's such a massive contrast there that's kind of interesting to point out. Thank you for the super chat though, appreciate it, man.